saying that to probably nobody new, because you're either following me on Instagram or you're my family. Welcome to YouTube. We're doing YouTube now. Obviously, I have my coffee. We all know I'm a coffee fiend, and I thought I'd start off with a little cozy on my sofa, chilling out, little introduction. I do have something relatively important to speak about, which is why it kind of led me to starting YouTube. And I thought this video would be a nice little cozy vibe. So get yourself a coffee yourself. Little coffee bag, easy, simple. Taylor's is the way to go. I do have the highest one they do, which is the hot lava java, I want to say it is. So the first thing I want to speak about is why I've started doing YouTube now. I dabbled a little bit before, and to be honest, a part of it is I just woke up this morning and thought, why not start it now? Not gonna be perfect first time round. I know that, you know that. I'm not the most natural in front of a camera. I try my hardest to pretend like I'm talking to a human being, and I'm not the most natural at it, but I do try my hardest. I have depression and anxiety. I have recently, and I'm still kind of going through a depressive episode. Now, this isn't the easiest topic for me to talk about. I'm quite open about it, but not having a person to kind of bounce off of when it comes to this is making this a bit more of a difficult challenge. I also need to prioritize things for me too. And YouTube and writing and Instagram and posting and everything, that's part of it. That is part of what helps me, what is for me. And I will be doing some poetry readings. My poetry is there for you at your lowest moments to feel seen, at your highest highs to be like, yeah, you know what? That person understands me. Is that understanding you're not alone. You're not. Which leads me on to my first poem I'm going to read of mine today, which is called Writing Poetry. Now, I haven't done a reading in a while, so you may have to bear with me on this. This is from my second book, Reflections. So this is the first poem I'm going to read today, which is Writing Poetry. I don't write poetry for the everyday. I write for somebody who's heartbroken, for when somebody loved has died, or for when they feel betrayed or they feel broken. Sometimes I write poetry for when you find love, when your heart feels like it's going to explode with joy. I want to be that person for them that knows how you feel. I write poetry to make the world a little less divided. Because when we're at our lowest, or in our absolute highest, we look for art to sustain us, to understand us. I've had a lot of people say, why are you taking breaks? Why are you not posting as much? Are you not enjoying it? And to be honest, I didn't enjoy it for a while. And that's difficult for me to say because it's not as clean cut as that. I absolutely love that moment when you complete something and you're like, yeah, you know what, that's amazing. Because I have a third poetry book that is just sitting on my laptop at the minute, and I got to a point where I was burnt out, completely burnt out, and that was probably around summer. Everything just kind of became too much, and I knew that something had to give, and unfortunately it had to be this. And I'm not saying that I'll be able to come back to this full time straight away, because life just doesn't work like that. I work a job where I do 48 to 60-hour weeks, 12-hour shifts. They are absolutely draining. It's hard to fit everything in. That's just a part of life. A lot of pressure to have everything figured out, to have everything sorted, and to be consistent with everything. Do what makes you feel happy. And I'm kind of speaking to myself when I say that, because I struggle with it too. Have all these people around us. The only person that you truly have in this life is you, because nobody is ever going to know what is going on with you. You might not even know, but nobody else is going to fully understand and know what is going on inside your head. And that is both upsetting and also freeing. You are your own creator of your story. And I know I'm a writer and I've got to say cliche things like that, but it is true. This poem is from my first book, which is To My Heart I'm Sorry. and it is called Escape. It's happening again. The darkness, and I feel it closing in. I can't work out what triggered it this time. All I know is I feel sick. In my head, I can feel the anxiety filling my body. I'm finding myself fighting for air, longing for sleep, wishing a true smile would come across my face. I can feel the pit in my stomach, making me take deep breaths, making it truly difficult to sleep and close my goddamn eyes. I am trying so hard to calm myself, making it painful to concentrate, making simple things truly complex. I'm hoping for it to ease because I won't go back to that place. I almost didn't escape last time. So this is my last poem. It is from To My Heart I'm Sorry, which is my first poetry book. It is called Hope. There is hope, no matter how small. There will always be a reason, and sometimes you don't want to see it. My reason was you. You kept me living, and you never knew it. How do you explain that level of pain? You are my hope. Everyone has that person that they hold on to. Isn't that all anyone really can ask for? A little explanation with that poem. That is about the person who messaged me when I attempted. They have no idea that that poem has been written or is about them. But had it not been for that person, I wouldn't have found hope to push through, to keep going. Yes, I have a little complaint along the way sometimes, most of the time, but there is always that hope. And if you ever need a reason, I could give you 100. I could give you 100 reasons to keep going. And the reasons I have to remind myself of sometimes still, but no matter how small, there is always a reason. I love you all. Mwah.